I'm not gonna lie, I was a little happy because like y'all left us for some whack D and you didn't even get your D, so it kind of karma, right? What's up, idols? It's Sid. My nose rings out. What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna try something a little different. I've been meaning to do this story time. Well, after I uploaded that video last week, or 2 weeks ago now, being left at the club so your friends could get some D, and y'all said y'all wanted to hear that story, so here we are. But I'm also gonna do a sort of get ready with me, where I'll show you guys these curls that I've been like obsessing over because I haven't had to put mousse or anything in them, and show you guys a bit of my skincare routine while I tell you the story. So if that is something you're interested in, then please keep watching. Also, I do gotta plug my membership a little bit. For those who don't know, I recently, about 3 weeks ago now, opened or started the channel membership, and one of my favorite things so far is the Discord chat that comes along with it, because literally a few hours ago, some of the channel members informed me that Namjoon has a daddy kink, and I had to Google it because I didn't know what that meant. And they felt that I should know, so. And I know not everyone can join the membership. For those who can't, it would really mean a lot if you left a like, if you leave a comment, just help the engagement on the channel. And yeah, I appreciate y'all support regardless. Any way y'all can, I really appreciate it. Especially since during these corona times, I can't really go out and vlog like I normally do, or make new memories like I normally do, and make new stories. So I'm sharing all the stuff that's happened over the last 2 years or so in Korea. So I appreciate you guys watching these because it takes me down memory lane a little bit. Well, first I actually kind of want to tell y'all what's going on under this towel right now. So I just washed the hair again because I had blue paste in it, like the blue wax, and I'll show you guys that in another video. But I did feel a little inspired to go blue because of Dynamite and Namjoon. So I washed that out, and I noticed that once I flip my hair over upside down and kind of just comb it while it's wet, it actually holds a curl really nicely without having to put mousse and all these different moisturizers and stuff in it. So while that dries, I'm gonna show you guys how I wash my face, and then I'll get back to the hair a little bit, because these curls are really, really cute and fluffy. So yeah, I already washed my face with oil-based cleanser and my foam-based cleanser and this peel stuff. So the rest of what I'm gonna do, you guys can see on camera. Okay, onward to the story. V10 peeling pad. Long intros, I'm sorry. So this was probably early last year, like January or February-ish. It was very cold. I remember having my long padding on. Long padding is a must. And we went out to Hongdae, of course, where all the good story times come from. So it was 5 of us total. For the sake of not outing people, I'll call them Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Bliss. And then I'm just Isis. So one of our friends, I'll call her Bliss. Yeah, I know Bliss, she was like the new Powerpuff Girl, the black one. Let's say Bliss is one of the friends who has a boyfriend. So you know how when one of your friends gets a boyfriend and they don't really go out with you as much like they used to, and it becomes more of like, oh, come on, come out with us, please. And she's really close with, I'll call Bubbles in the story. So Bubbles and Bliss are childhood friends, they go way back, and we met Bliss through Bubbles. So we go to Sabotage 2, which used to be Go-Go's 2, and one thing you'll see when you get to Hongdae is literally there's a Go-Go's 1, and then like a few clubs down there's a Go-Go's 2 that is now Sabotage 2, but it's also on the same, like a few clubs apart from the Sabotage we always go to. So we're like, let's check out Sabotage 2. And like I said, it's really cold. It's like January, February-ish. Already me and I'll say Blossom were already not particularly fond of going out. We were kind of like, I mean, if everybody else is going, we'll go. So we get there, and it's actually a rare situation where everybody's dancing with somebody except for Bliss because she has a boyfriend. We're all kind of looking around at each other, sipping our drinks like, wow. The only friend who's not dancing with anybody is Blossom. She's sitting down with me. We were on the stage in Sabotage 2. There's like speakers and stuff people sit on. You're not really supposed to, but people do it anyway. So she's sitting there sipping her drink, vibing to the music, and it is really rare for me to dance with a guy because normally when they dance with you, they think they're gonna hook up after. And I don't know, something about him, he was like really playful. I didn't feel like he was gonna try anything. Plus he was quite young. He was only like 21. So like he was flirty and playful and was like, oh, how old are you and where are you from? And you know, nothing intimidating, you know? So I was kind of surprised. We're looking around at our other friends and they're like making out with people. We're like, oh, this gonna be that kind of night, okay. So the two friends who are like dancing with other dudes already is Bubbles and Buttercup. I hope this isn't too confusing. I didn't want to put names in here, but I kind of like the Powerpuff Girls, so I figured it would work. So the guy I was dancing with, his English was pretty decent. The only thing is he kept trying to like turn around and face me, and you know when they do that, they're trying to kiss. So I wasn't wild about that. I'm like, just stay back there so you don't try nothing. Done. So then out of nowhere, dude kissed me on the cheek. And you know like that look you give your friend like if you need help? So she was looking at me like, you good? I'm like, I think so. I told him I was like, only dance. They do this thing where they like rub their hands together and bow. So he's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, okay, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
That is not correct.
Next is gonna be the toner. This is, I'll put everything in the description box because the story is more important. So then like after winning our trust back a little bit, he really did try it again. He decided to try and come around in front because he was, you know, trying to show off his little dance move. So he was making his way around me, and next thing you know, he's in front of me. And he tried to come in, and I was like, and my friend like she gave me the look, and I was like, it's time. So she kind of stood up and she said no. No. So he said, sorry, okay, only dance. I said, nope, no more dance, like bye. And it was at the same time that Bliss kind of gathered us, was like, hey y'all, so it's late, I'm ready to go, how about y'all? And honestly, after that, me and Blossom were like, yeah, we could go. But Buttercup and Bubbles, who had their guys, were like, oh, we kind of want to stay. Like, we should all just stay. We're having fun. And we're like, okay, I guess we're staying. So we go back into the bar. We get another drink to try and like prepare ourselves for a few more hours out. And we notice we can't find Bubbles. So we're like, well, she was just here. Because we see Buttercup clearly on stage. She's dancing. She's making out with her dude. And we're like, okay, I see you. Get it, girl. So we saw that they were set, and we went to go find Bubbles. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep track. So we go outside and she's armed up with a dude and it's like, hey guys, so I think I'm gonna leave. Mind you, this is not even 20 minutes after they all said, yeah, we should just stay out, we're having fun. So for her to suddenly be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this dude, we're like, we could have left too. Like, we could be home warm and dry in our beds, but okay. Oh, and it's also worth noting that we were all staying at Bubbles' house. I'm trying to keep track. So we're like, okay, we'll go, you know, be safe. Blossom, the one who was sitting down with me the whole time, she was kind of like, I need addresses, I need a name, phone number, like what in case something happens, I know something to report to the police. So me and Blossom kind of sat back to reflect on the situation. Like, we were all ready to go home with Bliss.
So just to clarify, Bliss did indeed leave at 3 a.m. She was just asking the rest of us if we were ready to go home with her. Me and Blossom were, but we only decided to stay because Bubbles and Buttercup wanted to stay out. Only for 20 minutes later, approximately, they decided to leave with their respective dudes. So me and Blossom were sitting there like, wow, it's like that? Okay, proceed with the story.
So we go back inside to inform Buttercup of the situation, and she kind of gave us this look like, ooh, y'all gonna be mad. Because she was like, so I think I'm actually gonna head out too with him. And we're like, again, I just want to like remind y'all, it was Bubbles and Buttercup who wanted to stay out while Bliss went home. Me and Blossom wanted to go home too. They said let's stay, so we stayed, and now they're leaving with dudes like not even 20 minutes later. So we're like, okay, well, and the same thing, like, we need a number or check in with us please, address, like where you're gonna be. They were actually in walking distance. Like, we walked outside with them and saw them just walk down like the alley, like he lived nearby, whereas Bubbles actually went to go catch a taxi with her dude. Like, it was kind of far away, I guess. And I think she said something about them trying to get like a love motel for an hour or several hours. I don't know how long he'd last. But yeah, and this is my ampoule. So me and Blossom are like, well, I guess we're going home after all. And we kind of let Bliss know what happened. She was like, dang, yo, that's messed up. She was already at Bubbles' house with her boyfriend, and they were about to go to sleep. We're about to head to Bubbles' house as well. And we're trying to find a taxi because here's the thing. Now it's raining, so it just metaphorically went with the mood. I've said this a few times, but taxis in clubby districts, they like to overcharge illegally. Because we know by now that the fare from the Hongdae clubbing district to her apartment normally would only be like 11 to 15,000 won depending on traffic, and all these taxi drivers are like, Saman won. I'm like, 40,000, what? So we're already pissed. It's rainy, we feel like we just got left. Me and Blossom were just like, screw it, fine, we'll just get in the taxi. And Blossom actually paid for it, so thanks, girl. So we're in the taxi ride, bitter as hell, like,
I hope it's bad. I hope they don't enjoy it.
here's my serum. Now don't get me wrong, normally, you know, I don't care if friends want to leave and hook up with a dude, and normally they don't do that anyway, but the fact that they wanted to stay out, I'm not even exaggerating when I say not even 20 minutes later, they were like, we're gonna leave with our dudes, so y'all have fun. So we finally get back to Bubbles' apartment, and we have to tiptoe in because Bliss is asleep with her boyfriend. We showered, we got a snack, got into bed, changed our clothes, and she had already started getting us into The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, so that's what we were gonna finish watching. And then we get a call from Bubbles, and she's upset, she's hysterical. We're like, what's good? We can barely hear her because like you can tell she's still outside in like the clubs. And she's like, what the da-da? And she's like kind of on the verge of tears, but she's also drunk. So I'm just like, what? Making this face, I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like assuring me over, like, listen. And she's just going off like, I'm coming home. What? And we're like, girl, what is happening? She finally comes in like an hour later, upset, and apparently dude was so drunk they never even got a taxi to leave Hongdae, so she had to get one by herself. When, mind you, we all could have left with Bliss, but she had to get a taxi by herself because this dude was too drunk to even get a taxi. So she came back, she kind of vented, we had some snacks, and we were all also waiting for our check-in from Buttercup because we had not heard from her since we saw her walk down the alley with her dude. Maybe like 11 a.m. rolls around and we hear the door from the front door keypad, and we're like, oh, she's here. And we're like, so? We could kind of read the room and she didn't look thrilled. By the way, this is what the curls are looking like right now. This is from Donmily, by the way. I think it's dry now. But yeah, this is without putting mousse or anything in them. So all I did was wet the hair with my conditioner water, and then I like to comb it all through and then flip it over, wrap it up in a towel, and let it drop. And this is what my hair looks like. Okay, so we could kind of read the room. She didn't look happy or satisfied.
Strike me as a woman who has never been satisfied.
You know, first we're like, okay, thank God you're safe. Like, we didn't hear from you. She said, oh yeah, my bad, my phone died. And we're like, of course it did. So she comes in, she's like, yeah, wasn't that great? And we're like, what happened? And you know, that's how girls are. We want to know the details. My sleeping mask. So then she's like, well, you know, it didn't last the longest. He tried, but she said she kind of left as soon as he fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little happy because like y'all left us for some whack D and you didn't even get your D, so it kind of karma, right? I tried to keep my joy on the inside a little bit. I was just kind of like, that sucks. But then, you mind you, she didn't know what happened to Bubbles either. So she's like, how did your guy go? Like, what happened? She's like, girl, I got left. He was too drunk to even get a taxi. He was going off about this and that and something about her hair and her weight. We were like, wait, what? You didn't tell us that last night. It was just, it didn't work out for anybody except Bliss, because she got to go home to her bae at the end of the day. Like, this was the first time we could actually sit down and like compare notes and talk about what happened. It's like a funny story to reflect on. Like, nobody's mad at each other about it. I was actually just texting Blossom about this because I was like, I don't fully remember what happened that night. What is your account on the story? She said, girl. And she just went down the whole thing. So she's like, overall the night was a 0 out of 10 stars for me. And if you're interested in anything that I have used in the video, the wig for example, this is from Donmily. I will say I'm kind of surprised because when I first got it, the curls looked really coiled and kind of like shorter, but after I had that wax on it for like 2 days, that blue hair wax, and after I washed it a few times, the curls fell quite a bit, which I actually like way better because it looks longer too. Also, all my skin stuff, everything again except for my serum is from Skin Star box, so I will link all that in the description box below. And I hope you enjoyed this story time of me and my friend getting left by our other friends for some D in Korea. So thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.